I'm gonna show you how to make delicious butter on your own. This takes literally like 5 minutes. What you're gonna need is whipping cream. Now I've only got this small whipping cream, but I've got 2 of them I'm gonna do in separate batches. You need your blender. Actually, I've got like a little processor here, a Cuisinart processor. I'll explain why I use this after. You need a bowl, a strainer, cheesecloth, a bowl with ice water. You see that? And then another bowl for your butter when your butter is done. I've got a teaspoon of salt, a spoon and a knife for after, you'll see why, and then a dish to put my butter in once it's done. So, my little Cuisinart processor that I won years ago, I dropped. And there's supposed to be a little doohickey thing that comes down like this, and it's supposed to, let me turn it, it's supposed to snap and lock into this little thing. Well, that's broke off now. But it still works, because I figured out if I use this and I stick that into there and I push down, it runs it when I'm pushing the button. So it's going to be a little awkward, but it will work. So what you're going to do, when I have my whipping cream, I let it sit on the counter for about 15-20 minutes. I find it works better that way. I don't know why, but it does. So I'm just gonna take that off, pour your whipping cream into your processor. This this holds about, I don't know, almost 3 cups, I guess. So I'd say that's 2 cups. In there, you can use as much as you would like. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put this in, and I'm gonna blend it. Now I have to kind of be an acrobat to do this, but what's going to happen is it's going to turn into the whipped cream stage. I'm not going to show you the whole entire 5 minutes of blending. Sometimes it only takes 3 minutes. But I'll cut and show you the different stages. So I'm just going to start this. See how good that works? You can even use a broken blender. So I'm just going to continue on, and I'll show you once it gets to the whipped cream stage, and we'll go from there. So, now it's getting thicker. Now it's at the whipped cream stage. I'm just going to stop this. Sorry about the noise, but it's got to happen. So actually, I'll just use this knife. So you can see it's getting to the whipped cream stage, okay? Now I'm going to put my lid back on, and I'm going to continue doing it until it gets, it's going to get thick, but it's going to also start bouncing around because it's going into like that, that curds and whey, I guess. So I'll just continue that and I'll show you the next stage. Now you can see it's getting, like it's starting to wobble a little bit, and that's normal. So we're just gonna let it continue doing that. Takes a little bit of time. Oh, and another thing is, once it's done that stage of kind of curds and whey, I think they call it, I thought I did something wrong because it just all of a sudden went back into like a liquid form, and I thought, oh no, I've ruined it. But it went kind of into a liquid form, and then it formed into the butter. So now it's really starting to wobble. Check it out. Now it's gone into the liquid form. See that? And then it'll go into the butter form. Like, this is the coolest thing ever. And again, I apologize for the noise, but I really have to invest in a new blender or a new processor. Gets kind of hard on the hand. Oh, there we go. Now it's turning into butter. Can you see it really wobbling? And you'll hear it slowing down. Now I'm just gonna stop it for a sec. And I'm gonna show you. Now we've got actually a separation of buttermilk in there. You can see the liquid and butter, but the butter isn't quite thick enough yet. So I'm gonna just put it on. This batch took no time at all. This is really hard on the hands. Oops. So I'm just gonna do it a little bit longer. Uh-oh. Now, look at that. Look at that beautiful butter. Okay, so now we take the handy dandy processor thing off. Oops. What I want to explain too is when you're doing this, when you cut your cheesecloth, make sure it's big enough because you're going to have to squeeze it. What I've done before is I've had it too small and the butter just starts coming out of the sides. And another thing is when you cut your cheesecloth and you're ready to use it, give it a good shake outside or wherever because you don't want those little fibers going into your butter. So I'm going to place this on top of my strainer, over top of the glass bowl. There's the beautiful buttermilk that we'll use in buttermilk pancakes or buttermilk biscuits or whatever you like. I like it just in a glass with salt and pepper. Now, I wanted to also tell you, I tried my blender, my Betty Crocker blender right over there, and for some reason it didn't work. I've seen people use so many different things to do their butter, but that did not work at all for me. I don't know why. And this little thing, I'm gonna have to find myself another one of those. So what I'm gonna do now is you take your butter and you just squeeze. You can wear gloves if you want. My hands are super, super clean. So you're gonna squeeze. Now I'm gonna make two batches out of this. Or 2 batches out of this. I'm gonna make 2 batches of this. And you're just gonna continue to squeeze until you don't have much milk left. It's like milking a cow. You can use fresh cream if you have access to it. As long as you're using a heavy cream. You don't want to use half and half or anything like that because it will not work. So there we go. I'm just going to push that aside and I'm going to take my ice water. And the butter people say that you soak it in, you put your butter into ice water and it cures it. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous butter? You can see that buttermilk still coming out. I'm going to set that in there. And you're supposed to do it twice, but I only always do it the once. Okay. And you just kind of give it a toss. I should have gloves on doing this, but I don't have any more gloves, so. And then I'm going to put it right back into the old cheesecloth that I was using before because you don't want to waste. And then I'm going to dump my ice water in the sink and I'm going to give this another good squeeze. You're not going to keep the liquid that comes out of this one. This is just butter water, I guess. You could call it butter water. And I'm going to squeeze it. Like, seriously, guys, this is super, super easy. And we're going to make some, there we go. Tomorrow we're going to make some Eggs Benedict, so I need the fresh butter for it. I'm just gonna give my hands a wash and then I'll be right back. All right, so my hands are washed now. Now what I do is I use this third bowl. I put my butter in. I'm gonna throw my cheesecloth out now. And I just mix it. If you have gloves, you can mix it by hand or with your hands. And then I have 1 teaspoon of sugar here. I'm gonna put, I don't know, maybe 3/4 in. I love salted butter. I mean, butter without salt to me is just not butter. And
you said sugar.
did I?
Yeah. How much? So that's not sugar right there.
That's not sugar. That's
salt, not sugar.
Did I say sugar
Yeah.
at the beginning?
Yeah. That's all right. Like just now you did.
Oh, just now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I have a cameraman today. This is
Yeah.
awesome. It's so much easier. And so I'm just gonna mix that. Am I too shadowed here?
No.
And you just give it a quick mix. Make sure it's distributed evenly throughout the butter. Then I take my little butter dish and plop my butter in there. Now with my second batch, it'll fill this dish right up. So when I went to the store to buy my whipping cream, they only had the small one, so I had to buy 2 smalls. And that's all you do. Now, another thing you can do too is if you plan on making this and not eating it like right away, or you want to stock up on it, you can just shape it into little bars and wrap it with cellophane or something and freeze it. And it'll last a long time in the freezer, and it'll last like butter in the fridge. So that's all I'm going to do for now. And then once I make my second batch, I'm going to chop this up and I'll have a nice full, pretty much pound of butter or more. So is that not awesome? Butter from the store, I just find doesn't taste as creamy. This stuff here is, want to taste some, Ethan?
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
On all my pancakes, I'll have it.
Okay. So there you go. How simple is that? Make your own butter within minutes. That took what? To mix?
Like
3 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just the soaking in the water and whatever. And then you have your buttermilk as well. So I'll put this into a sealed container, put it in the fridge, and we'll have buttermilk pancakes and buttermilk biscuits and buttermilk whatever we want. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. Bye.